Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I wasn't planning on making this video, but I got into something here that I wanted to show you guys. It's very important, and I figured this was a teachable moment, so I'm going to bring you guys in here closer and show you what I'm talking about here. I've never been into this stove before since I bought it. This is the first time I really cracked it open to get a good look at what's going on inside. So what I found in here was just absolutely hideous. And the reason I started doing this is because A, I've never done it before. I don't know what the inside of the stove looks like, the cleanliness of it. You know, is there any buildup of anything in here? So that's why I started taking it apart. And what I found, I have to show you guys because it's just something else. So the people I got this stove from, they had dogs. And yeah, if you can see that, that is just animal fur. Looks, I mean, she had long hair too. I started pulling this out and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, you can see my pick here. But yeah, so what this does is this clogs up in the fan. This is a convection fan that sucks the air from the bottom of the stove through these two ports here, pushes it through across the heat exchanger, and then it comes out the top. Whoops, I actually got a piece of hair on me. That's gross. And yeah, then it pushes the air out the top, and then that's the heat that you get in the room. My stove has made noise since the day I got it, and I knew that it would probably just be dirty. I mean, you can see I was smacking it around, and some of this dirt come off the top of it. So if I just pick at it here, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I mean, you just all that crud and crap coming out of there. Yeah, that's just absolutely filthy. So what happens is, especially if you have animals, the fur is blowing around in the air, and this fan's drawing from the bottom. It hits that, and it starts to clog up the fan over time. And what that's going to do is it's going to throw your fan off balance, and then it'll start to vibrate, and it'll start to make noise. So whenever you have your stove fired up for the first time, it'll be nice and quiet. You'll just hear air moving around. And then if it eventually gets louder over time, this is why. So what this does, you see how the fins are blocked from so much hair being in there? That won't draw as much air in as normal, so it can't push as much out of the top. So in turn, what that's going to do is it's going to burn more pellets in the fire pot to put out the same amount of heat that it normally would, because that fan's plugged up. So you're going to start using more pellets. It's going to cost you more money. Your stove's going to run longer in between cycles, and so forth and so on. And it's going to be just horrible for the efficiency of your stove. So this is fan number one. I'm going to come around to the side here and look at the other fan, which is the combustion fan. You see down in there. That's not too bad. I'm going to clean it anyway. I mean, there's just stuff inside of this stove here that needs cleaned up. I'm kind of glad I took the time out to do this today. If you want to, if your fan's really bad, you can actually take this off. There's two screws on each side. Then you have this ground wire here. If you pull all these screws out, you can pull the fan out through here, and you can clean it with the shop vac and everything else to get all that out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up, and I'll come back and show you what it's supposed to look like. Alright, so I just took my brush in between the fins here, and I just went real slow and spun the fan around, and then I did each section of it. And I took the bolts out, or the screws, I'm sorry, like I was saying, and just look at all that. That is disgusting. That's just what was left in there. I mean, you can see underneath. I'm going to shop back all this out, but that's what I was saying. That's just so bad. That is disgusting. I guarantee you this stove is going to work a lot better when I put this back together after I clean everything. I'm going to wipe it all off real good, get it all cleaned up, and I'll come back. But I wanted to show you the amount of filth that wasn't hair. That was just the hair itself that I got out of there. That is, bleh, that's disgusting. So once I get this cleaned up and put back together, I'll come back. I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I got this all back together. I spent about 25 minutes cleaning that, with a fine-tooth comb. I got every little piece of dust out of there I could. The only thing I didn't do yet is to wipe this off, which I'm going to do before I put the cover back on. So while I'm down here, I decided that I'd take this side cover off. And oh my lord, look at all that. That is thick in there. You should not have this much in your stove. This was never ever cleaned, never taken off. Wow. So it's held in by these two wing nuts. That is supposed to be nice and open. Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah. When you're cleaning your fans, you should also pop the side cover off here and clean this out. I'm going to get the shop vac in here and clean this out and show you what it's supposed to look like. I'll be right back. Okay, so for reference, that's what it's supposed to look like in there. There's a little bit in the corner I need to get out yet, but yeah. That's supposed to be an empty cavity that collects ash over time, but if you never clean it out, well, that's that was pretty crazy how much stuff I just got out of there. I'd say that was probably 60% full, and that's a big area, so I bet it runs a little bit better now I got that all cleaned out. That, and especially this fan up here. Okay, so I got the side all buttoned up, the panel back on. All nice and clean in there again. So since I showed you all that, I might as well show you how to clean the rest of the stove. It's really nice, easy. Pull your ash pan out. I set it down here. Pull the fire pot out. I clean that with a pick. I take a shop vac and just clean everything out in here. I'll take a pick and I'll stick it down in here where the igniter is, and I'll go around there. Turn on the flashlight so you can see what's up here. There we go. I'll go around my igniter, get that all nice and clean. Then I'll take a brush like this, and then I'll go in there and I'll scrub around everything. I also do that to the chute where the pellets come down. Clean that with a brush also, just to get it real clean. And then I'll brush the sides. Stick my brush up in those 4 holes there. And then whatever is knocked down from cleaning, I'll wait till the very end to shop vac this all out. I'll clean the glass with just some water and a towel. I'll clean out the door here, shop vac. And the last thing I do to clean this, remove the plate, pull your cleaning rods. I'll do those probably 5 or 6 times each. Now you see how I built this hopper. I built it so it's angled forward, but specifically so it stays out of the way of this. So I have plenty of room to get my hand around here and run the cleaning rods. And that's it. That's all there is to cleaning a pellet stove. Just have to make sure you take your time and don't skip anything. Go over everything really thoroughly, and the cleaner you keep it, the less money it's going to cost you to run, and the less pellets it's going to use to heat. So the cleaner the better. This is after probably 4, 5, 6 days worth, and it's not too bad. I'll get it all cleaned up and looking like new. Alright, I just got done cleaning the glass and cleaning everything else out. I did get it a little bit wet with water when I was spraying this because I was trying to adjust the nozzle setting on my new sprayer. So that's pretty much it. What we do now, put your ash pan back in, put your burn pot back in. It only goes in one way, and that's it. We are ready for another round of heat. So I'm going to get the front cover back on, the side cover back on, and we are ready to go. That's it. All in all, I'd say this whole project, you can do it in 20 minutes if you wanted to. The importance of this is to let the pellet stove run more efficiently. And if you're going from 3 tons a year to 4 tons a year and it's not putting out the same heat, this is probably why right here. 9 out of 10 times, that'll be your culprit. That's plugging up with either hair or dirt or dust, and it's not running as efficiently as it should. Check that first. Okay, I just got everything put back together here, and I am ready to fire this thing up and get some heat out here in the shop because I have some more work to do. On the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to clean the chimney out. And like I was saying before, a good indicator of when this needs done is whenever your stove starts to produce noise. You're going to hear that fan slowly get louder and louder. I would recommend doing this type of a cleaning at least once a year at the end of the season when you're done burning for the year. If you have animals, I would highly recommend you do this twice a season, once mid-season and once at the end before you're all done with your stove. So that's all I got today for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks.